Dark streets, empty stations, footsteps that don't belong to you. Welcome to Midnight Reddit. True stories that don't sleep. Turn down the lights, hit subscribe if you love scary stories, and share your own in the comments. I was walking home from college one night behind a homeless man. He stopped to tie his shoe. When I passed him, I realized he wasn't tying anything. He was pulling a knife from his boot. He ran at me, blade in hand. I sprinted until headlights cut between us. A cop's voice roared, "Get on the ground!" The officer looked at me and said I could go. I still don't know how he appeared when he did. I deliver pizzas, 1 a.m., last drop of the night. Wrong address, empty street. A plain white van pulled up behind me and matched my speed. My stomach sank. It tailed me for blocks, never passing. Finally, it pulled closer. I thought it was over, until the window rolled down and a man's voice said, "You lost?" I'm security for the neighborhood. I've never been so relieved or so angry to be scared. It was snowing hard when I noticed a car crawl beside me. 4 men inside, windows cracked, eyes scanning. I lowered my hood. My face was pale, my nose red. I was sick and looked awful. One of them muttered, "She's sick, not worth it." They drove off. Sometimes being sick is what saves you. Late train, 11 p.m. A man across the car watched me. Neutral face, neat clothes, but I felt it. His attention was sharp as a blade. When my stop came, I waited to see if he'd move. He didn't. I stood. He jumped up and followed. I slowed. He slowed. I passed him on the stairs. He followed close behind. Near the turnstiles, I stopped and stared straight at him. He froze, pretending to check the ceiling, then turned around and walked back down the stairs. Before disappearing, he looked up, eyes full of hate. He didn't get what he wanted, but someone else probably did. I've been robbed before. Paintball mass, real gun. They demanded money. I hesitated. One punched me. I handed over my wallet. An hour later, I witnessed them carjacking another group. They were caught days later. One's doing 30 years. One's doing 15. I got lucky. One morning, I dropped my car off at 4 a.m. and decided to run the 5 miles home with my small retriever mix. Halfway there, he froze, hackles up, barking like something twice his size. A man burst out of the lilac bushes. I yelled that I'd let the dog loose if he didn't leave. He jogged off, claiming he was a runner too. Under the next streetlight, I saw jeans, work boots, a ski cap. In July. Police later told me there'd been 2 muggings and an attempted rape nearby. My dog got steak for dinner that night. One time I thought I saw a killer. Dark street, deep music, white figure holding a knife. I tripped and fell, heart racing. Turned out the music was someone practicing bass, and the figure was a mannequin dressed up by pranksters. I laughed until I cried. Halloween, midnight. I turned onto my street and saw a man ahead. He looked at me, then immediately turned and followed. I walked faster. So did he. I reached my driveway, pretending to unlock the door. He passed by, then circled back. Again, pacing the block. I watched him from the window until he finally disappeared. I'm almost blind. One night, a group of drunk men cornered me outside a bar. I got away and started the long walk home through the woods, tears blurring what little I could see. My phone died, and I heard them laughing behind me. A car pulled over, another man, but he shouted that he'd seen them chasing me and to get in. I took the chance. He drove me home safely. That was the last time I ever walked alone in the dark. I was 17, waiting under a busted emergency call box for my dad to pick me up. My phone was dying. A white truck slowed down. 2 men inside. "Hey there, girlie. Need a ride?" My phone died just then. I told them no. One said, "You can sit on my lap." I froze until my dad's headlights appeared down the road. The truck spun a U-turn and vanished. I always carry a charger now. Walking home from my girlfriend's at 2 a.m., I passed a man who stared me up and down. I kept walking. A minute later, I turned. He had turned too and was following me. I sprinted, vaulted a supermarket fence, and didn't stop running until I locked my door. When I studied abroad, I walked through a park toward a McDonald's. A group of drunk guys laughed behind me. I thought I heard the words for woman and whore. My pulse spiked. I gripped my keys, ready to fight, until two joggers ran past me. I'd mistaken them for predators. Still, that moment taught me how close fear lives under the skin. Closing shift at work. My co-worker and I were outside putting tarps on displays when our manager sprinted out, yelled for us to get inside, and locked the doors. Some men had been lurking by the side of the building. Police arrived a few minutes later. Different night, different fear. The sound of an industrial vacuum at 3 a.m., echoing through an empty street. Somehow that was worse. Walking to work before dawn, a drunk man in a car slowed beside me. He got out, calling to me, slurring. Parked to one side, him on the other. I thought I'd have to run into the trees. Then he stopped, cursed, and got back in the car. I ran all the way to work, crying. Clocked in late. My manager didn't ask why. Lost in a foreign city at 3 a.m., I realized a drunk man from the bus stop was behind me. I walked fast, then saw him again, passed out ahead of me on the grass. Somehow he'd beaten me there. Later, rustling came from the bushes and I braced for him to attack. Out hopped a tiny rabbit. I laughed all the way home. I've had a knife pulled on me once. I yelled for help and the guy bolted. Another night, walking home from a party, all the street lights around us went out. Just our stretch of road. We were talking about Stranger Things. The Demogorgon never felt more real. When I was 15, my friend and I saw a white van pull up. A man asked if we wanted a ride. We ran. The next night, two white vans circled the block. The night after that, they chased us. We called 911. A week later, police arrested them for human trafficking. They're still in prison. Once, I was the one who scared someone. A woman got off the same train walking ahead. She kept glancing back. I was just heading the same way, but she bolted into the dark and vanished. I still think I passed right by her hiding in the shadows, terrified of me. I wish I could have told her I was harmless. During deployment in Iraq, I walked alone across base at night, flashlight in hand. Feral dogs surrounded me, dozens of them, teeth glinting just outside the light. When the beam flickered, they crept closer. Army trucks passed, headlights revealing snarling faces, then vanished, leaving me in darkness again. I walked half a mile like that, hand on my gun, until I reached the safety of the lights. Never again. 17, walking home from work, a car slowed. Two men called out. Flirting turned filthy. I said I was 15. They swung a U-turn, pulling up beside me. I sprinted to my door, slammed it, locked every bolt. They drove off. I watched their taillights disappear and realized how close I'd been to becoming a headline. No sound is louder than your own footsteps when you're walking alone at night. Midnight fades, but the stories don't. See you next time on Midnight Reddit.